Hey everyone, it's Sally here, and today I'm chatting with Peter, who is the CEO for Blockshipping, and Jesper, who is the CTO. Sorry. Hi guys.
Hi Sally, how are you doing?
Good, how are you doing?
Hi Sally, nice to be here.
Excellent. So before we get into the community questions that you guys gathered, maybe we can just start with a brief background on both of you and also an overview of what Blockshipping is.
Yes, my name is Peter Ludvigsen, and I'm the CEO and founder of Blockshipping. And I have a 40-year background in the shipping industry, having worked for companies like Maersk Line, UAC in Dubai, Port America, and Intra. And combined, I have 8 years of enterprise CIO experience.
And Jesper?
Hi, my name is Jesper. I have a Master of Science in Engineering with specialization in neural networks. Last 18 years, I've been working mostly in shipping, in roles as CIO, CTO, and project manager, program manager, and so on. And often with Peter, whom I've known for 18 years.
Okay. And maybe you guys can just give us a brief overview of what Blockshipping is for those who don't know.
Yeah. So the purpose of Blockshipping is to launch a global IT platform enabling better utilization of the world's 27 million freight containers. Today, the situation is such that 40% of all inland movements of containers are actually, when you see a container on the road, 40% of the time it's an empty container. And that results in a huge waste of money for the global container carriers, and it's also has a very negative impact on the environment. So our platform, the Global Shared Container Platform, will enable very big savings for the global container carriers, as well as a big saving of 4.6 million tons reduction of CO2, which is a huge benefit for the planet.
Awesome. So let's get into the very first question from your community. So somebody's asked, in your white paper, it says that you're doing a reverse Dutch auction using smart contracts, but these contracts are nowhere to be found. So how is this going to work?
So the smart contracts are actually in development right now and will be launched this autumn. So they will be ready in due time for the first MVP, which will be launched in Q1 19.
Okay, and you are in the middle of your ICO right now, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
So is there a way to see the total amount of tokens distributed so far and the distribution of the different currencies used?
We are in the middle of the ICO and it's extremely exciting. So if you want to see the progress, you can go to the portal to our ccc.blockshipping.io, and we have a progress bar. And if you want to see more details, you can simply go to etherscan.io and enter the contract address, and you will see all the details there. That's the beauty of blockchain, that essentially nothing is hidden when it comes to transactions. As for the distribution of the sale in terms of currencies, it's nothing that we have. We don't have it public as such, but it's not that it's secret. So I can tell you that roughly 60% of payments are via crypto and 40% via fiat currency.
Perfect. So can you describe for us the revenue share model? Because I know people are wondering how that's going to look.
Yeah, the revenue share model has been described in the white paper, and we also have a video on our website describing the revenue share model. But basically, it's a very attractive model insofar that the revenue share is coming from the top line growth or the top line revenues of the company. And that means that the CCC token holders will be getting a very attractive return on their contribution because of the revenue share that will be transferred from the Blockshipping's P&L every month. So that goes for that means that all the revenues that we make in Blockshipping will be transferred to a portion of that will be transferred to the CCC token holders. Mm-hmm.
That's a very good explanation. Thank you for sharing that. The next question that we have here is, what is planned for the unsold tokens, and will you change this plan if there are a lot of unsold tokens?
No, we are legally bound by what is in the white paper, and the white paper says that the unsold CCC tokens will be used for the revenue share. So that's how it is. And by the way, we strongly expect our CCCs to be sold out during the ICO, so it won't be an issue.
Okay, I think that was kind of the main concern of that question, so that's good. So this is kind of more of a logistical question, but how do you plan on tracking the containers in real time? There's no details in the white paper, so people are kind of wondering how are you going to actually track the shipping containers?
So container tracking today in the shipping industry is taking place through reporting of EDI events from container terminals and from trucking companies. So when a container is discharged in a port, then within a certain amount after that activity takes place, then it's reporting through EDI. And this process has some latency, which means that it can take between 1 to 36 hours before it's available in the container carrier systems, and it's even later available only for the BCOs and freight forwarders who need the information. So what we are planning to do is that the integration platform as a service that we have in the DSCP platform will be able to improve the way that EDI is currently handled. So we want to minimize the time we want to kind of make the EDI container activity updates happen within 15, 20, maximum half an hour after the activity happened. And longer term, the plan or the idea is that every dry container will have a sensor attached to it. We believe that this will happen over a period of 3 to 5 years from now.
So just so I'm understanding, is this like you will place something onto these containers then that'll track them, or just to make it a little more?
That's correct, Sally. So there will be IoT devices on all containers in 3 to 5 years is expected. Until then, we'll utilize that. More or less everybody on Earth has a smartphone with a GPS and camera. So we will essentially use smartphones for giving the detailed tracking information up to them.
And this is just a question that I have. Are you guys working with a lot of different companies then? It sounds like you're needing to coordinate with several different companies that own these containers to implement all of your technology and your ideas. Is that something you're actively working on as well?
Yeah, we are talking to many different stakeholders in this area, and in Blockshipping, we have a very clear goal to help the shipping industry accelerate adoption of sensors for dry ventilated containers.
Okay.
And I'm convinced that this is going to happen within the next 3 to 5 years, if maybe even faster.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So the next question we have here is, when somebody orders a container on the GSCP, will this create a smart contract so that the owner of the container gets automatically paid when the container is delivered?
Yes, we use smart contracts for automatic settlement. So, for instance, when a container reaches a location, it will be automatically be signaled to the blockchain to settle the payment. So that's correct. Yes.
Okay. And how does the GSCP decide which container from the shared inventory is used to fulfill an order? Is it random? Is there a probability of being chosen higher if you have more on the platform? So what is the formula for that?
This is not a random process. The allocation of containers will be determined by our MTV container positioning algorithm, which will reflect the requirements and the preferences of the container operators in terms of which containers they want to share with their counterparts in the shipping industry in what specific trade lanes and locations.
Yeah, and I can add that as for the container matching, we have manual matching as well as autonomous agents doing the matching for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And when does the revenue share start, the payout? Is it April 2020, like your example, or is there a different date?
Yeah, the revenue share will start as soon as we launch the first product and start to generate revenue. So that would be in the Q1 2019.
Great. So the last question I have here is that somebody asked, you state that the CCC is a utility token, but what is the utility if it can't be used on the platform?
One important thing to notice is that the CCC has its own ecosystem, apart from the CPT, which is used for settlements between users of our platform. So the CCC has a number of utilities, including a tracking app that will be announced shortly, where you use the CCC as reward for giving us tracking data for containers.
Okay, and the very last thing I want to touch on then is just some of the details of your token sale. So maybe, I know what's going on right now, but let's tell people, how much the tokens are, who can participate, what the supply is, things like that.
The price of the CCC token is US $0.62, and payments can be made in either Bitcoin through credit cards as well as through bank transfers. So we are of course looking for, hoping that everybody will be interested in purchasing our CCC token, which we are firmly convinced will be the shipping industry token, the most dominant shipping industry token 10 years from now.
Yeah. And you can visit www.blockshipping.io and from there get access to our sales portal.
Well, I will put a link down in the description of this video where people can go and they can see your website, they can sign up for the token sale, they can see your infographics and your videos. And thanks so much, you guys, for chatting today and sharing all the details. And it's a very exciting project. I look forward to more updates in the future from Blockshipping.
Okay, thank you, Sally. It's been great. Thanks for having us.
Thanks a lot, Simon.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too.